Welcome back to the UpVote channel. Which propaganda effort was so successful? People still believe it today? That teeth are supposed to be perfectly white. People should know that a healthy set of teeth doesn't mean they're perfectly white. Super white teeth are not even normal. Our enamel will slowly become more translucent as we age, revealing the color of the dentin, which is yellow, underneath it. That's why as we get older, our teeth will become yellower. Doesn't mean they're not healthy or unclean. Many Korean people believe that fans can cause death. Even my mother, who moved to America in her mid-teens, still prohibits me from leaving a fan on overnight for fear of death. There is a conspiracy theory that the South Korean government spread this myth as propaganda to prevent energy overusage, but its origins are unknown. It's strange that many Koreans believe this myth considering it is one of the most technologically advanced countries. It's a real danger. Remember, John Lennon was killed by a fan. Carrots make your vision better. This rumor was started in World War II to hide the invention of radar. The public was told that Allied pilots found the German bombers during the Blitz because they had good eyesight because they ate their carrots. But in reality, it was that the British had an early radar system in place that they did not want the Germans to find out about and bomb. That Napoleon Bonaparte was short. He was 5 feet and 7 inches tall, which might be a little bit on the shorter side by modern standards, but it was around the average height for people back then. The idea that he was short actually came from a British propaganda campaign to mock him. That big curvy line of toothpaste with a Dairy Queen curl we've seen in every toothpaste ad. You don't need more than a pea-sized smear of paste on your brush. Columbus was the only person who believed the world was round. Literally everyone who could read knew that the earth was round. Nobody thought Columbus would fall at the edge. They thought his crew would starve to death before reaching the East Indies. And he totally would have. Sugar companies paid the media to say that fat made you fat. I mean, all food in extreme amounts will put you on the heavy side, but sugar is the true villain here. Diamonds as a symbol of eternal love. Every kiss begins with slaves. Apparently in the 80s KFC ran a Christmas-themed ad in Japan, and to this day the Japanese eat KFC on Christmas. That if you ask if someone is a cop, if they are a cop, they legally are required to say yes they are. Of course they aren't required to. That defeats the entire purpose of working undercover. When Edward Bernays, the father of public relations, literally renamed propaganda that we want people to think is not bad to public relations and advertising, and he literally admitted it in a book he made called Propaganda. Propaganda is, quite literally, just media that is attempting to persuade you. It might be honest or dishonest, but no matter what, it is still propaganda. That touching a baby bird will make its mother reject it. Lies. Put the baby back in the nest if you can. For clarity, an elderly woman was a passenger in a car, pulled over in the lot to add sugar after getting a coffee, and it spilled all over her lap. It burned her really bad, and she just set out to get McDonald's to pay her hospital bills because they served the coffee way too hot. They ended up launching this whole PR campaign where they smeared this poor lady, even taking out spots in local papers over how silly and money-hungry she was. Comedians, musicians, and radio hosts made fun of her and made her out to be money-hungry instead of a victim. Knuckle cracking gives you arthritis. If it did, I would make a living being the overly dramatic old white person in infomercials that can't pick up a bottle. And I'm only 31. The myth that Spartans threw unhealthy babies off mountains? This was Athenian propaganda. That fat is unhealthy. The nutrient that is, not actually being fat. Absinthe makes you hallucinate was propaganda because it was hurting the wine industry. Be sure to write in the comments what you think about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch our other videos.